Okay then, I should be live once again here on the Chase Oliver channel. What is up, guys? Chase Oliver here, bringing you another video, another live stream to the Chase Oliver channel. Tonight I'm going to be reviewing Impact Wrestling Slammiversary 2018, the 16th edition of Slammiversary. Well, not the 16th edition, it's the 16th anniversary of Impact Wrestling. And if you guys weren't here earlier on YouTube, I did a 4-hour live stream with my boy Heel Steven, and DJ Cass came in, and we pretty much just, gave our live reactions of Impact Wrestling, and we just pretty much just shoot the shit with a bunch of people watching. Once again, if you guys were a part of that live stream, thank you guys very much for coming in. It was really awesome interacting with you guys and just talking and having fun watching Impact Wrestling Slammiversary 2018. Now, Slammiversary 2018, to me personally, was a huge show for Impact Wrestling, because this was a show that the new regime kind of finally had, where it was like, hey, this is our show. Redemption, we kind of came in during the middle of that, and we didn't really get the full experience of using what we want with the roster. Plus, as well, Alberto El Patron kind of burned us pretty hard, and we kind of had our main event fucked up. For better or for worse, it is what it is. Redemption just really did not feel like redemption. I felt Slammiversary was Impact's real redemption. I said to myself, this show is going to be the show where Impact really will prove that this new regime is knowing what it's doing, because this is your first major pay-per-view with the full effects of the new regime. I know I'm saying new regime a lot, but that was the case with Slammiversary 2018. That was a show where you're just saying to yourself, you really want the new regime to deliver here. The weekly shows of Impact have been pretty solid to good every single week. It's been something where it's like, Impact has been on a steady movement. Now, let's see what you do with the pay-per-view. Let's see what you do with the big event, an event that's live, that has a lot of wrestling fans kind of buzzing, a lot of wrestling fans kind of talking. And overall, Impact delivered. The new regime delivered, because this was a good show from Impact Wrestling. You kicked off the show with the Fatal 4-Way. Unfortunately, what happened with Rich Swann. Rich Swann originally was going to be in this match, but suffered a concussion at the MLW tapings. I hate concussions. I think concussions are absolutely disgusting. So hopefully Rich Swann makes a speedy recovery, and we get to see Rich Swann back in the Impact Zone and just wrestling in general at ASAP. But Petey Williams, a Canadian boy, the hometown boy himself, replaced Rich Swann, and we got Petey Williams taking on You Can't Have Slammiversary Without the Mayor of Slamtown, Johnny Impact. We also had Phoenix, and we also had the Bone Crusher, Taiji Ishimori. This was a good opening match. You want to kick off the tone. You want people to know what Impact Wrestling is all about. You want high-flying action. You want this, you want that. This match set the tone. This match set the pace. This match was saying, hey, this is what Impact Wrestling's about. This is what you're going to get to kick off the show. Good opening match. It's what you wanted to see. It was a spot fest through and throughout, which is fine. It's your opening match. It's setting the tone. Johnny Impact wins. More recognizable name that a lot of people may kind of get into, especially newer folks who are newer to Impact Wrestling. If they come in, they go, hey, that's John Morrison, or they know him as Johnny Mundo. Hey, he won. Not a bad thing, especially in your Fatal 4-Way opening match. So yeah, Johnny Mundo, Johnny Impact, John Morrison, Johnny Nitro, whatever the hell you want to call him, Johnny, ended up winning. Next match. This is where Slammiversary, for me personally, was kind of heading into the territory of just kind of like, huh? Like the solid head-scratching Impact Wrestling. Even though, yes, Impact is under this new regime that everyone says about, the next few matches were kind of, huh? At least to me. If you liked them, kudos to you. But to me, they were very, these next few matches. Allie versus Tessa Blanchard. I did not know what story these women were trying to tell in the ring. It felt they were going with one story, that they were two sportsmen that were trying to be better than one another. And then it felt like they were going with another story. It just never clicked, this match. I felt Allie and Blanchard were trying to do moves that they shouldn't be trying to do. Like, stay within your repertoire. Use what you know. Allie had a random spot in the match where she grabbed Tessa Blanchard and goes, I am Allie! And it's like, good for you, girl, but I don't care. it was very, 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 Tessa Blanchard won. And I just really was like, instead of saying, oh, good, I care, I didn't care. This match just felt way too extra. It could have been cut down a little bit. To me personally, if this match would have been cut down, it would have been a lot better. It felt like this match was trying to be epic when it shouldn't have been epic. It should have just been a solid match. Very little story. Next. Tommy Dreamer versus Eddie Edwards. The match that a lot of people were hyped about. I actually thought this match was going to steal the show. House of Hardcore match. Hey, you give Tommy Dreamer some weapons. ECW, motherfuckers. Really thought that this match was going to just kill the place. Destroy the place. It'd be awesome to all heck. But instead, it was just lukewarm at best. All this hardcore shit that Tommy Dreamer has been going on with, and he gets killed by a Boston Knee Party just like that. That's it. That was it. That was the match. No tables, no crazy hardcore shit, no personal feud and vendetta. Tommy Dreamer trying to make sure Eddie Edwards doesn't become like him with Raven and everything. No crazy twist. Just this. Where Eddie Edwards beats Tommy Dreamer in a so-so fashion. Like, I just felt like the match ended when it was starting to pick up some steam. I felt like the match was about to get to a level where it's like, okay, this is what we're going to see with these two boys. But then it just kind of fell flat. It just ended. Like, it was just like, okay, there's the ending. So then I said, okay, well, the post-match should do something. Out comes Alicia Edwards. All right, Eddie's wife is out there. Eddie broke down crying, and him and Tommy Dreamer shook hands, and it was just like a passing of a torch moment. This went over like a fart in church, man. Like, seriously, even the fans, like, they were booing this. They were just like, no, what was that? This was such a disappointment, man. This feud had all this hype, all this build-up. Like, look, if you take away the feud and the hype and the build-up and just leave the match by itself, oh, yeah, it's pretty solid. But with all this build-up and everything like that, this match was just disappointing. And so Slammiversary was taken to the track where it was like, okay, the matches aren't bad, but I really need something to jolt me right now, because that opening match jolted me. I need something to jolt me up. I need something to go hit me with the lightning bolt and wake me up. Brian Cage, Matt Sydal. Easy booking. Matt Sydal gets his ass kicked in less than 2 minutes. Boom, bam, thank you, ma'am. You make Brian Cage X Division champion. Oh, wait, it went 9 minutes? Why are you having Brian Cage and Matt Sydal go for 9 fucking minutes? See, this right here is just stuff where I'm just like, I scratch my head and I always wonder, why can't wrestlers just realize and tell directors and tell everyone, look, I don't need 9 minutes to tell a fucking story. I'm good enough where I can tell a story in 2 fucking minutes. I appreciate wrestlers that can tell stories in 5 to 10 minutes sometimes than 2 minutes. Because I watch enough wrestling and I already know that you can go out there and put on an epic, good match all you want. But guess what? Sometimes you don't remember those epic, good matches. You remember moments. And really, to be honest, this would have been a Slammiversary fucking moment. Where you would have had freaking Matt Sydal come out and he's overconfident or he's afraid of Brian Cage, and you have where Brian Cage goes and beats him in 2 minutes and becomes X Division champion. But instead, they just went on with the match. And it was just like, why? And I know everyone's going to be like, whoa, look at this dude complaining about a wrestling match. But here's the thing. You need to jolt these fans. You need to get these fans waked up. After that disappointing hardcore match, hey, I would have called the audible and I would have been like, hey, let's have Cage win in 2 minutes. To me personally, looking at the story of this feud, it just made no sense for Evan Bourne to be so competitive with Brian Cage. If anything, they should have had Brian Cage just squash him in 2 minutes. And no, it's not because Evan Bourne's small or Matt Sydal's small. Sorry, I'm so used to saying Evan Bourne. Matt Sydal's small and Brian Cage big. Crush him in easy seconds. No, it's just more of like, hey, Matt Sydal could be overconfident, or Matt Sydal could be afraid of Cage. Matt Sydal goes in and then he gets his ass kicked. The heel underestimates the babyface. The babyface wins. It's a simple fucking story. Brian Cage is built as a Terminator anyways. So why wouldn't you make it where Brian Cage wins just like that? That's all I'm saying. That is all I'm saying. So, Slammiversary was, from its first 4 matches, you got a good opener. And then the 3 other matches were kind of, you know, hit or miss. Depending on how you view wrestling, they were hit or miss. I don't care. Eddie Edwards and Tommy Dreamer, if you want to defend that, that's terrible. That was disappointing. I could see people defending Cage and Sydal to some degree. Ali and Tessa Blanchard, there is some defense there. Not like those matches were horrible. I am just saying, from an aspect of watching, it was decent at best. Like, I was not going to say, oh, this was awesome. Like, this pay-per-view definitely lulled in the middle. But thankfully, the last 4 matches saved and made this show better than it should have been. Because the last 4 matches, that's a wrestling pay-per-view right there. Hell, that's a wrestling show right there. Madison Rayne taking on Su Yung for the Knockouts Championship. Wonderful. Good match. Wow. The characters wrestling like they're characters. It's not overbooked, not overdone. They're doing moves that they should be doing. Wow. And it's not super long or overbearing. It's just them doing what they need to do. Madison Rayne is still wrestling like she's hot on fire during her winning streak that she's currently on. And then Su Yung showing that she's ever so smart and she was able to get the mandible claw on there. Bam. That's it. Sometimes a match like that, Su Yung and Madison Rayne, sometimes a match like that, sometimes a match like that is all you need on pay-per-views. I don't need another epic match or, oh my god, false finishes. No. I see enough of that bullshit. Can you please, wrestlers today, and if you're an independent guy watching, learn how to tell stories in 5 to 10 minutes. You are a way better wrestler if you can do that than doing all this other crap. Madison Rayne and Su Yung was a good match, and I felt like that match got the crowd back into the show. Like, that match is the match that woke up the crowd. They were like, oh, okay, you know, the other matches were kind of, This match, it clicked. Like, the fans got it. They liked what they saw there. And then you get on to the 5150 street fight. And man, what a great match that was. First of all, shout out to you, Hernandez. No selling a lot of the offense. You were super mech today. I can't do the whistle, but man, brother, Hulk Hogan would be proud of you no selling that shit. Oh, but it was a beautiful. Hernandez got hit with the trash can led by Santana, and he was all like, get the fuck on out of here, and knocked Ortiz out for no reason. It was great. Loved this. This was a great match. This was just like, what you wanted. Delivered on the feud. Like, look. Look. The OGs we know, Homicide and Hernandez, especially Homicide's Krispy Kreme ass, they're not in the shape to do a regular fucking match. We want to see these guys brawl it out, man. We just want to see these guys they're gangsters, you know? People have this perception that gangsters just want to brawl and cause havoc. It fit with the mold. It was a great match. It was fine. It was awesome. I love this match. Great match. Right team went over in the LAX. Then afterwards you have it where the OGs beat down LAX afterwards. And then you take the belts and you do the spray paint. So there's more of an interest to watch them later on. You know, Impact's tag team division, it needs a kick in the ass. It really, really does. If there's anything weak about Impact right now, it's the tag team division. It's kind of just like a bunch of throwaway teams. Then there's OVE and LAX and the Cult of Lee, if they're still a thing. Yeah, they just need a lot more tag teams. But overall, wonderful, wonderful 5150 street fight. Great match. But man, the next match now, fucking shit. Pentagón Jr. and Sami Callihan. Now, here's the thing. I did not know that they were going to use lucha rules in this match. I knew it was a mask versus hair match, but I thought since they were on American soil, they weren't going to make it no DQ and everything like that. But they ended up making this match no DQ. And honestly, it worked. These two had a personal beef. These two had a personal feud. You know, Sami Callihan wants the mask because he's a psychopath for whatever reason. It's just because he wants the mask. He wants to unmask Pentagón Jr. and show that he's a fraud. Pentagón Jr., if you're going to take my mask, I want to take your stupid hair. These two want to kill each other. Cool. And it's kind of refreshing, you know, Pentagón Jr. went from being a world champion, and now he's arguably feuding with the guy in Sami Callihan, who is your best heel in the company. And this is where I talk about sometimes it's good in wrestling where you structure your levels. Because sometimes you will have it where it's like, let's just say, like I'm just going to use, for example, like in the WWE. Roman Reigns will be the WWE champion, and then he will lose the belt, and then he's feuding with Dolph Ziggler. And then Reigns is up here because he's a former world champion, and he just lost the belt recently to someone. While Ziggler, he probably hasn't been on TV that much. He hasn't really done anything, but he's feuding with Reigns, and it just makes no sense. They don't collide. Their paths are not meant to collide right now. But yet, with this match right here, it was like Sami Callihan, who has been building up with this feud with Eddie Edwards. He's been building up. Pentagón Jr. went from being the world champion, so you're breaking him down. Look at this. Sami Callihan's here. Pentagón Jr.'s here. These two seem like they would make sense to feud right now. You cross them over, and it makes sense, because it's like, hey, Pentagón Jr. should be at the level where he's fighting your quote-unquote best heel. Well, at the same time, Sami Callihan should fight a guy like Pentagón Jr., who's a former world champion. The levels make sense. And sometimes that's what I appreciate when you do something like that in wrestling. A lot of other wrestling companies do it well too, like New Japan does it very well. But it's really nice and refreshing to see sometimes when a company does it correct. And I gotta get my dog on. Yeah. Go play with mom. Go play with mom. Yeah. My mom would have just barged into the room and just not even know I'm recording. Sometimes she doesn't notice when I'm recording. She's like, why are you talking to yourself? And I'm like, Mom, recording, dog. So yeah, it is what it is. But yeah, man, it was really good to see that happen. But this match right here, freaking brutal. A lot of crazy spots, man, in this match. A lot of good false finishes. The wrestlers were wrestling like their characters. Just overall, man, a match of the year contender. Like, I'm not even fronting when I say that. This is a top 10 match this year. You know, I think it's a top 10 match easy this year. Top 5, I don't know. I have to go rewatch some matches to see how I feel rewatching those matches and stuff like that. But this was a top 10 match, man. These guys just absolutely killed it, man. Pentagón Jr. ends up winning. Sami Callihan and OVE try to do some shenanigans where they try to run away and everything like that. It ends up failing. And then later on, pretty much Sami Callihan gets his head shaved thanks to Pentagón and Phoenix. This doesn't hurt Sami Callihan at all because he had a really good match against a former world champion. So he's still at this good level, and you help Pentagón Jr. show that he can still be a main player for you guys. So good shit there. Then you get to the world title match. The Impact Wrestling World Championship match between Moose and Austin Aries, the greatest man who ever lived. And this was a match that I kind of had a feeling of, as much as I want Moose to win, I just don't see it happening. I just don't. Because it just felt too good to be true. I always call it the Jeff Hardy Rooftops promo. You feel like he should win. You feel like it's the moment. You watch these video packages, you feel like this is it. But it just doesn't happen. It's not meant to happen for whatever reason. But it's not like it was a bad result. It wasn't like it was a sour result for Austin Aries to win and retain. The match itself was good. It felt like a world title match. It was a good main event. It was just like, if Moose would have won, I don't know. I feel like this show would have held a more special place in my heart. I felt like I would have maybe overrated this show a tad bit because they would have just been like, all this emotion finally comes through. But I just felt watching those video packages, watching the build-up, watching the promos, it was like, yeah, Moose is not winning. This is a Jeff Hardy Rooftops moment where he is not winning. It's a match that gets his name out there. It's a match that, you know, helps him with his main event cred. But ultimately, dude's not winning the belt. Aries retained. It was a good matchup between both men. Some people say it was a great. I don't know. Great is saved for 5150 street fights and Pentagón Jr. versus Sami Callihan. Each their own. I thought it was a good main event, and it delivered on the main event that you wanted. I loved how Curtis Granderson, though, at the end acted like Aries cheated in this match. Like, he wouldn't want to give him the Impact belt and stuff like that. Like, that was so random. It was like, Aries didn't even cheat. Like, Aries did one low blow, but that was, like, in the middle of the match. It wasn't even near the end. Like, Aries pretty much won cleanly at the end and stuff like that. Like, yeah, he grabbed the belt, and Curtis Granderson stopped him. But it was like, wasn't like Aries actually used the belt or anything like that. So I don't know why Curtis Granderson was all acting like, oh, Aries, I'm not going to give you the belt and everything like that. But overall, Impact Wrestling Slammiversary 2018. This was a good show. I said it in the live show that I was doing earlier. I said I won't be surprised if people are saying this is a great or awesome show, and I can understand it. Keep in mind, guys, my reviews, I'm a little bit harsher on wrestling than most. Ask anyone that's been in the chat. You can see it in the chat themselves. They can tell you they are probably surprised how much I'm praising this show, and they're probably saying, what the fuck? Because people know me the most as the harder reviewer, and I am a hard reviewer. You know, a lot of people will give this show great and awesome, 10 out of 10. I can totally understand. I get it. But for me personally, I thought it was a good show. I enjoyed this show. That I felt like I got my $40 worth? Not really. But I feel like I got 25 out of those $40 worth. I really do feel like I got my $25 out of my 40s worth. So that's good. That's good for me, at least. I don't know. I didn't feel like I got that with Redemption. I felt when I paid money for Redemption, I wanted my money back. I felt Redemption sucked. This show was good. Redemption was that. So yeah, man. Overall, Impact Wrestling Slammiversary 2018 was a good show. And hopefully those who watched it thought it was a good show too. I've seen the stuff on Twitter and I can see it, man. Yeah, man, I just felt like, honestly, I felt like if some of the mid-card matches were better, like the mid-show matches, this show would have been great to me. Because, like, to be honest, some of the mid-show matches, they were just blah. But anyways, guys, what do you guys think about Impact Wrestling Slammiversary 2018 review results? Leave it in the comment section down below on the playback or, you know, in the chat. Leave me in the chat and I'll read the responses as well. If you guys don't want to stay for the Q&A, totally understandable, but thank you guys for watching the review. But before you leave, just give the video a big old thumbs up. Thumbs ups are awesome, helps my channel and everything like that. I don't know why thumbs up help the channel. All I know is that it helps YouTube know that this video is good and they will promote me more and stuff like that. And also give a thumbs up for Impact putting on a good show and stuff like that. So yeah, I'm going to go to the Q&A portion. You guys know how the Q&A portion works. If you guys are new to the channel, Q&A is pretty much anything. We talk about everything. Most of the time, it's not even wrestling related. Most of the times, people are asking me about basketball and football questions and stuff like that. Like, I'm pretty sure some people are going to ask me some basketball news. I didn't talk about DeMar DeRozan, right? Yeah, Degenerate Shogun. I suggest Slammiversary 2018. I definitely suggest this. Like, the two Impact shows, the two Impact shows that I suggest the most are Lucha versus Impact and Slammiversary. Like, I feel like Lucha versus Impact is one of the more underrated shows this year. Like, no one talks about that show, but I thought that show was good. That was, like, probably one of the best shows on WrestleMania weekend, man. But, yeah, man. That was one of the best shows. Also, make sure you guys check out my, affiliate, WrestlingWithWrestling.com. Rest in peace, Tony Sperano. Yeah, man, that came out of nowhere, man. Coach Sperano passing away. Jesus. I did not see that one coming, man. I was like, God dang. Wasn't the Wildcat guy? Wasn't that the Wildcat guy? What, Chris Harris? Tony Sperano? Yeah, Tony Sperano was the Wildcat guy. He's the one that said, hey, Ronnie Brown and Ricky Williams run the Wildcat. Yeah, the Vikings O-line coach. Yeah, he passed away today. That was a shocking passing away. I was like, whoa, what the heck? Yeah, Tony Sperano was the Wildcat guy. And Ronnie Brown, and he made everyone want to have a Wildcat package and stuff like that. What do you see Su Yung doing next? You would think a Rosemary feud makes sense, right? I mean, she took down Madison Rayne. I don't think Gail comes coming out of retirement to face her. But I feel like Su Yung versus Rosemary in a proper built-up feud would be pretty cool. In the meantime, maybe Tessa Blanchard because she won. Will there be a Raw stream this week? Of course, Degenerates are going to have the day off. The Raw streams will probably be held back once school starts because I have a night class on Mondays. And it just depends on when that class gets out. If I can get home and watch Raw, all 3 hours of it, or watch whatever highlights and do review on it. But yeah, of course there will be a Raw stream. Yeah, why wouldn't I review Raw? I always review Raw if I get a chance. It's the bread and butter on this channel. I remember Tony Sperano being an assistant for Cowboys with Mike Zimmer, Sean Payton, and Bill Parcells as the head coach. That's a good coaching tree right there. Oh, she's out with the torn ACL? Ugh. Why would you miss college, Blue Knight? College sucks. I only miss talking to my friends in college. That's it. Like, I still talk to all of them and stuff like that, man. I still hook them up, man. Any predictions for a Bound for Glory 18 card? Let's see. The world title match is so up in the air, which is really good. I would guess Moose versus Eli Drake for the world title. Moose versus Eli Drake for the world title. That kind of is like a good match. Drake being the champion, Moose challenging, you know, type of gimmick. Let's see. X Division. I would love to see, like, Desmond Xavier versus Brian Cage. But I don't know how many people would like that. Maybe they do Brian Cage versus Eli Drake for the world title. I don't know. That's going to be interesting. But Desmond Xavier, Brian Cage, that'd be pretty cool. Aries versus Callihan would be a feud I would like to see. Edwards versus Pentagón Jr. would be pretty good. Maybe do Phoenix and Rich Swann again, just because that match got some buzz on Impact Wrestling. You can get some buzz with it for Bound for Glory. So, yeah, those are some ideas that I could think of off the top of my head and stuff like that. I definitely think for sure, like, Moose is in the world title scene. It's interesting. That's the good thing about Impact. It's not, like, predictable. It's not like with WWE, you know, like, LOL, Roman's going to win. Yo, you guys looking for a sound clip for the LX and OG's entrance from tonight? I'm not Dylan Belcher, but I'm pretty sure some people would. You missed the food. Oh, my food sucks in college, man. Evan versus Swann. Oh, that would be good. Seidel versus Swann. That'd be pretty damn good. Seidel versus Swann. I could be down with that. I came to the collect. Do you think your Wolves will be able to trade Andrew Wiggins' contract this offseason or by the season's trade deadline? Next offseason we can trade Wiggins. Not this one though. Do you watch The Needle Drop? The Needle Drop? No, I've never seen The Needle Drop. Oh, is that a TV show? Like I said, I am so behind on some pop culture stuff. Let's see, The Needle Drop. Is it a TV show? Search Google for Needle Drop. Google! The Needle Drop. What is this? The Needle Drop YouTube. Nope, I've never seen this guy. So he looks interesting, but I've never seen him. Swann versus Eddie. I think Eddie's like above X Division guys right now, or guys who are in the mid card. Like he should be feuding with main eventers. Do you watch Plemlo raps? Oh yeah, I watch Plemlo. Especially when he has like, cause I remember college athletes more than sometimes NFL athletes. So sometimes you'd be like, whatever happened to this guy? I'll be like, yeah, whatever happened to this guy? And I'll just watch him and stuff like that. It's like, I'm always curious. I'm like, yeah, dude, I remember this fool and stuff like that. Because sometimes with college athletes, man, you fall in love with them and you hope they do good in the pros, man. And then they don't do shit. What happened to Davey Richards? He retired. He's a firefighter now. He's done with wrestling, man. Davey Richards is done. He's tired of it, man. He couldn't accept the fact that he was no longer the best in the world. I don't know. He just retired. I guess he was over wrestling or something like that. Remember when Davey Richards, man? He was considered the greatest IWC guy. Oh my god! That was the unbearable days of the IWC. Y'all thought man, today's unbearable with Kenny Omega or at least Kenny Omega's watchable and shit like that. Dude, when Davey Richards was on top, that shit was That shit was unbearable, man. Ugh. Yeah, no, he's semi-retired. I just pulled up an article. I guess he's out for 2018. Because he had a knee surgery and stuff like that. But yeah, man. Do you think they'll ever go back to Eddie and Sami this year? They could, but I would say that for next year. I don't know what else you could do with Eddie and Sami. I mean, they fought in the fucking woods, man. Has anybody dared you to do the stupid Kiki challenge? My girlfriend tried to make me do it, and I almost fell. I heard about it. I don't know anything about this KK challenge or anything like that. All I know is that it looks stupid. So, no, I have never been dared, and I'm never going to do it because I don't know how to do it. So, yeah. Who do you think will take on Austin Aries at Bound for Glory? I don't even know if Austin Aries is going to make the Impact tapings. Like, I think he's losing the title at the spoilers. But if Aries was still champion, I guess it would make sense to have him take on Sami Callihan. I don't know. It makes more sense to me. I don't know Joe Hendry was on Impact until a few weeks ago. I see him doing well on Impact. Maybe a future TNA World Champion. Yeah, it depends on how he gets booked. That's all that depends. It's all about booking, man. Some guys need good booking. I thought Desmond Xavier was like a lock to win the X Division title and be like the X Division champion, but nope. I came to collect. That freaking, what's his name? Lil Rush's song stuck in my damn head. I came to collect. It's like a terrible song, but I don't know why. Now, have you guys ever had that where you had like a theme song stuck in your head? That song stuck in my head. Cage versus Ishimori. If New Japan Pro Wrestling continues to allow Ishimori to be on Impact, that'd be fine. The Bone Soldier, the Bullet Club. Maybe they can let the Bullet Club. Maybe Midlife Crisis Okada can be at Bound for Glory. Why not? Maybe have it where Okada thinks he's at New Japan. So yeah. Thoughts on Drake's album versus Kanye's? Kanye's is way better than Drake. Scorpion was way too long, man. There's not really that many great songs on Scorpion. Like, Drake does this thing where he produces hot singles like God's Plan and I'm Upset. 50,000 on my head is disrespect. So offended that I had to double check. I always take the money over sex. I was like, yeah, man, that's Drake. And then his albums come out and you're like, what the fuck is this? Kanye let out a single that said poopity scoop, whoop-diddy whoop whoop. And his whole album was better than Drake's, man. If you could mix WWE and TNA, who would you like to see mix matches? Moose and Reigns. That would be my #1 match. Moose versus Reigns. Callihan versus Rollins, I guess you could say. I've seen Aries wrestle a lot of those WWE guys already, so I don't really care, to be honest. In fact, he'd just be wrestling a bunch of Impact guys in that case. Who else would I have? Eli Drake versus Ambrose. That'd be a match I'd be interested in. Brian Cage taking on Lashley again. That'd be sick. I've already seen that though. Who could Brian Cage face that I've never seen? Oh, you know what? Cage versus AJ. They had a match a long ass time ago, but I would like to see this Cage versus AJ Styles now. So yeah. Those are matches that come to head. If Omega had a match at Bound for Glory, who should he face? I guess Aries, because someone said Aries is kind of like their best. Because you have to give Omega the best in-ring guy in Impact. And Aries is kind of the best in-ring guy, so that would make sense. And plus, Omega is still going to be the IWGP Heavyweight Champion. So he has to beat someone really credible. Do you see Omega come to the WWE sooner than expected? Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. He knows how to play politics in Japan. He's going to be fine in WWE. I don't know why people are all worried about that. In fact, if he does come to WWE and they sign him for the Royal Rumble, he has to win the Royal Rumble his debut. I don't care what anyone says. Ronda versus Shark or Shaq overcome his fear of sharks? I thought Shaq liked sharks. I think he's playing that shit up for Shark Tank. Or not Shark Tank, for Shark Week. I say Ronda versus Shark. I didn't see that yet. So I don't have any of that shit recorded. But yeah. Does anyone remember the little Davey Richards of 2010 and 2011? Oh yeah, Degenerate Shargarn, the IWC favorite Davey Richards. He is my hero, Davey Richards. Oh, he's so great, Davey Richards. Thoughts on Cain Velasquez headed to NXT? Hey, it's a smart career choice on him. Like, look, the UFC, for whatever reason, the last time he was trying to fight, they wouldn't clear him. He hasn't been cleared. People are like, what's wrong with Kane? How come he hasn't fought? Is he injured? No, UFC's doctors are not clearing him. Like, they're just not going to clear him for whatever reason. He's done everything he could. His best friend is currently the UFC heavyweight champion. And really, to be honest, if you're Cain Velasquez, man, you look at this guy, he is a main eventer. Like, that dude's a stud main eventer. He has a look. He has recognition. I mean, really, to be honest here, man, Cain Velasquez is the type of guy where you're just like, yeah, I can build my company around this type of dude. He's Hispanic, so he already has like the one thing that he has built in more than Cien Almas, because like remember, La Sombra changed his name to Andrade Cien Almas, so he lost a lot of fans who were just La Sombra. Kane is huge, man. Like Mexico loves Cain Velasquez. Like UFC would build Mexico cards just around Cain Velasquez, and even when Cain Velasquez would get injured from the card, the fans would still stay because they're like, oh, Kane told us to stay. That's how big Cain Velasquez is. So it's like he already has a huge demographic when it comes down to that Hispanic demographic, man. Brown pride tattoo and everything. Yeah, that guy's a star. Fuck it, NXT. Oh, dude, he's more... He could look at Tommaso Ciampa's bald ass and be like, give me that stupid belt. And Ciampa should just give it to him. He shouldn't even have to wrestle for it. Put that fool on the main roster. Rocket strap that fucker. You want to rocket strap someone? Yeah, you rocket strap Cain Velasquez. It's not because, oh, he's UFC guy and he's so tough. No, he just looks like a stud. He's a star. Of course, rocket strap him. Thoughts on deathmatch wrestling? I understand the placing of it. I understand why people like it. It's just not my thing. I am not a fan of deathmatch wrestling. It's just not my thing. It's stupid. I feel like these guys are killing their bodies to make so little. Thoughts on James Gunn being fired over tweets 9 years ago? Oh, because we're Disney and we're not known for being racist in our own movies and fucking retarded. Get the hell out of here. I thought it was so dumb that James Gunn, like, and seriously too, it's like liberals are trying to bring down their own kind. Bringing up those old tweets. James Gunn's like the most liberal person. Now you guys are bringing him down. Like, ugh. So yeah. The Kung Fu MMA wannabe Davey Richards from 2010 and 2011. He even had his own entourage. Yeah, man. Mine is Eddie versus Seth. Oh, that's good. KO versus Eli. That'll be fine. Aries versus Sami Zayn. Moose versus Brock. Those are good. Those are good matches. I like those. Bourne versus Black. Evan Bourne? That's what I'm wondering. Matt Sydal. Will Cain Velasquez be the male version of Rousey? No, because they would actually make him wrestle more. Rousey's the different situation. Cain Velasquez is not Ronda Rousey's star power. Let's be real here. Ronda Rousey's like overall star power. Cain Velasquez is more, you know, star power in the sense of that he's a stud. Like, he's a star, but he's not Ronda Rousey's star. Thoughts on Kevin Owens saying sports are done because the outcomes are pointless? It's his opinion. I know people who are like that too, because they say, what's the point of these regular season games when the whole point is that the championship involves just 2 teams and stuff like that? So, Blue Knight, I didn't see your question, man. These questions are going in fast. But yeah, man, you know, I know people like that. I don't agree with it. I think every game matters. Maybe not in baseball. Not every game matters in baseball, right? Like, I can't freak out. Like, if I read that the Cubs get blown out one day against the St. Louis Cardinals, I'm not gonna be like, oh, our team sucks. Like, I'm just gonna be like, whatever. There's like 3 more games against these idiots. Yeah, man, they don't show full matches on YouTube, Tayab. You got to go find a streaming website like VipBox or something, or download or fight. I think Tombstone 6 might have put it up to archive. Or check Daily Motion. Daily Motion that normally has the matches up, man. Oh, yeah. Well, yeah, straight shooters are going to go all the way with Kane. He's Hispanic. WWE loves their Hispanic stars, man. Eddie Guerrero, Rey Mysterio. Oh, Del Rio. Del Rio wasn't even that big. And they were pushing that motherfucker to the moon. Imagine Cain Velasquez. And he would deserve it, too. I would bet Cain Velasquez, like, oh, like I said, I'll tell Ciampa, you give that stupid belt to Velasquez. Velasquez in NXT, he don't even wrestle a match. You just go like, here's the NXT title. You're the champion. Do shit with it. I said Daily Motion. Check out Daily Motion. Did you see Goldust's tweet that said that's why your voice doesn't matter? It's true. Our voice doesn't matter. Should MLB shorten the regular season from 162 games to 140? Yeah. This is just shorten the season in general, dude. People lose interest in baseball. Like, this is the thing about baseball. The opening months, you care. Then there's that middle portion of the month where people don't care, because if there are other sports fans, they have golf coming in. Golf has their season kicking in. Then you have the basketball and hockey playoffs going on at the same time during the middle of baseball. It's just hard to care. It literally is hard to care about baseball during the middle months of it, because it's just like, who cares, man? Country am I speaking? I'm from the United States of America. Thoughts on EC3's run so far since returning to WWE on NXT? He hasn't done much, which I'm very surprised by. He's just been kind of like there. But then again, I'm always the type of guy. I always say give him 6 months. And plus, NXT is just like Impact. They tape a bunch of stuff in advance, so I can't judge based off tapings. I have to wait and see what they actually do on the weekly show. That's why when I read Impact tapings and sometimes guys are missing on the show, I go, well, I got to see what they did. Why are this guy missing on the show if they weren't at the tapings? But yeah, it's been kind of, you know, I expected a little bit more from him. But hey, he kind of came in at a different time, you know. Like, he came in like where Gargano and Ciampa were kind of hotting over. And then for whatever reason, I felt he should have been the first one to challenge Aleister Black for the title. But they're like, oh, Lars Sullivan, you get that push. My reaction, it'd be fuck Care Bear. This company's stupid as hell. I might have to take a break from WWE. No, I'm just kidding. I would still watch it. I'd just be like so pissed. I would just be like, whatever. People want a cartoon character as their main event guy. Go right ahead. Is baseball still America's pastime? That's a wonderful question, and you can make so many arguments for it. I feel like baseball has the feeling of it's still America's pastime. Like, there's still such a lore of going to the ballpark and seeing the 7th inning stretch and everything like that. But people nowadays don't even want to go to the ballpark. People don't even care, man. They really don't care about going to that ballpark and enjoying the games. Attendance has been low. I feel like baseball has just kind of not really been keeping up with the times, in all honesty. Like I said, baseball is more focused on pitching than it is about hitting. That's why the best era of baseball is like when everyone was using steroids. Everyone's like, oh, no, it's not. It's terrible. Clean up the sport. Yeah, well, you notice how the attendance is down? Like, everyone's like, oh, we'll chase, you know, some home run numbers. Yeah, well, because you have a bunch of pitchers that are throwing fastballs that are fucking insane. Well, yeah, Giancarlo Stanton can hit 51 when a pitcher's throwing like 92 miles per hour fastballs all the time. It's easier to hit fastballs when you focus on pitching and you have these pitchers throwing like freaking crazy balls. That's a problem, man. When baseball was all about hitting, that was fun. Well, I think guys like that hit home runs and are just hitting stars like people love. Like Javier Baez. Everyone loves Javier Baez. Do hits. That's all they want to see, man. Dream match. Cain Velasquez versus Cockfest. Yes or no? Oh, yeah, that's a dream match. Why not? I'll be down for that. Roman Reigns. You ain't the guy. Well, I don't think you're a guy either, Roman. Believe that. Believe what? My fist up your ass? Like, there you go. Bam. Who gonna win? Roman Reigns versus Bobby Lashley? Nobody. He'll be a draw. It seems that football has that rolled out. No, I don't think football's America's pastime. Football's America's current love, but I don't think it's America's pastime. Like, it's just its current love. Do you think Belichick can develop another GOAT QB once Brady calls it quits, or will they retire together, you feel? Oh, retire together. I don't see why Belichick needs to develop another QB. He had Jimmy G. He let Jimmy G go. I don't know who else Belichick can develop. I feel Belichick has done it all. Like, why the hell would you want to go on to another team? Like, unless Belichick is just like a lunatic and he's like, hey, I want to go freaking like make the Bills relevant or make another team relevant. It's whatever. Do you think James Ellsworth would be a great fit for 205 Live? Not really. He doesn't do 205 Live crap. And 205 Live already has characters that are kind of fit James Ellsworth's role and like Drew Gulak and stuff like that. So I don't see how he would fit. He'd kind of be a clutter. Football is a Super Bowl on every spot and the top 10 highest ratings in football. Yep. Thoughts on Aquaman and Shazam trailer? Oh, both those trailers were good. I thought they were good trailers. The Aquaman trailer was hype. The Shazam trailer actually made me positive, like, because I like Shazam. Shazam's one of my favorite comic book characters and shit like that. I'm not saying like, oh, I'm a huge Shazam fan. I know everything about Mr. Fun fact, he used to be called Marvel, okay? Mr. Marvel and shit like that. It's not Shazam. Shazam's just the thing that he says. But anyways, yeah, man, I felt that I thought they were both good. Thought they were both really good trailers. Aquaman looks like it's Aquaman. Shazam looks like it's Shazam. Like, I just feel, honestly, this new DC universe, man, I feel like this DC thing, they can't make good Batman or Superman movies. I think that's their struggle. I think they're doing too much Batman Superman crap, because you notice, like, Wonder Woman, that's a great movie and stuff like that, and like no one has complained about Wonder Woman all that much, and no Batman or Superman. All the movies that you hear people complain about this DC universe all include Batman and Superman. I'm just saying, man, maybe they're the problem. Real shit. All right. How my Texas Rangers have fallen went from potential World Series contender to being a real bad team. The only reason why the 2016 World Series had high ratings was because of the Cubs and Indians, who was finally going to win the big one. Other than the ratings have been bad. Yep. AJ versus Rollins kind of needs to happen this year before the year is over. Because, like, really, to be honest, like, AJ has been really good. Rollins has been really good. Survivor Series, Raw versus SmackDown. Might as well fucking do the match, right? Baseball is the best sport. That's your opinion. I like baseball. I don't think it's the best sport right now. Thoughts on Soul Calibur 6? I don't really play the Soul Calibur games all that much. I haven't seen much on it. If I watch a trailer of Degenerate Sharingan, next Q&A, I'll probably tell you. But I don't know. I'm too busy in Detective Pikachu. That game's hard as hell. Do you think WWE doing a women's only live event would work with the main roster talents? No. I don't care about these characters whatsoever, man. We have Sasha crying in the backstage, Bayley being no confidence, Becky Lynch just says yahoo. No. Yes, Conor will fight in 2018. Either against Khabib or Tony Ferguson, he's fighting in 2018. Do you think we will ever get a Monday Night Wars, or those days over with? Those days are over with. It's because people in general are just not interested in wrestling. It's not other companies' fault. It's just that people in general are just not interested in wrestling. Because if you notice, man, like, here's the thing. If more people were interested in wrestling YouTubers would have it so easy. Like there's only a select few YouTubers that have it really easy, and those are the YouTubers that have, like, companies behind them. If you look at some of the best wrestling YouTubers and stuff like that, and you look at the views of their videos, like, most of those videos are not consistent compared to, like, other people, like, you know, like anime channels or like Yu-Gi-Oh channels or Pokemon channels. Like you can be someone that just does videos on, like, Pokemon, and you do more views than, like, any Joe Schmo who's doing wrestling videos. Like, I can guarantee you can start a channel today. Start a Pokemon channel. Make a couple Pokemon top 10s or some bullshit or something like that. Guarantee you have more views than I have. Guarantee you. Because people are more interested in that stuff. Wrestling is just, people are not interested in it. It's just kind of like its own little cliche. It pops up into mainstream every once in a while, and there you go. So that's why there's not going to be a Monday Night Wars with it. It's not because wrestling is just like, you know, wrestling is not the best right now. But it's just more of like the cliche. It's just more of like, it's there. Thoughts on Caitlyn returning just for the Mae Young Classic? Good for her. As long as she has her theme song again. I like her theme song. El Kukui! Oh, he's fighting Khabib? Yeah, good luck with that shit. What are they doing with Bayley and Sasha Banks? Are they doing a lesbian storyline? I don't know what they're doing. I can't wait for Raw. That's like my favorite sketch to make fun of every week. The Women's Tag Team Championship coming in WWE apparently. Too many belts. Everyone in WWE gets a participation trophy. It's ridiculous. Unless your name's Kurt Hawkins. Why do fans tend to confuse overrated with overpush? I feel like they kind of fall in the same category sometimes, and that's why. Because they both have that over term to it. Where overrated is like, you know, an overrated person is like someone that's like, people like Jay White. People say Jay White's good, but he's overrated. But Jay White is also getting over pushed, where it's like, this guy doesn't need a push right now. Why are they pushing him so hard? But he's overrated at the same time, like an overpush. Like, for example, an overpush would be like Cien Almas when he first came to NXT. You're overpushing him way too much. It wasn't that he was overrated. It was like, you know, he's a good talent. It's just that he's not ready for this prime time. It's, you're overpushing him. And they saw that. And then you see overrated talents where it's just like, who's an overrated talent that right now? Like Dolph Ziggler, like an overrated talent. He's like mid-card champion. Like, why? He's so overrated. So, yeah. Yeah, I know. That's what I'm saying. Wrestling is just like, wrestling YouTube is just like, it's just like people are just not interested in wrestling all that much. I like wrestling. I like talking about wrestling. I hope to change that. You know, that's one of my main things is like, hopefully like people enjoy talking about wrestling and stuff like that. You know, I get a group of people that like wrestling and stuff, but yeah, man, I hope to change that. How big of a heel would AJ be in a MAGA hat in Mexico taking on returning Rey Mysterio? Holy shit, man, that'd be pretty big. Oh, that'd be pretty big. And plus, AJ's already Republican as it is. Oh. If YouTube existed during the Monday Night Wars, how would you review Raw and Nitro? Ooh, that's a great question. Well, first of all, I would actually choose one. Like, I don't think I would review the other company. I think I would just choose one. Judging on my interest at the time and rewatching it, I think I would be a Nitro boy for a little bit, and then I would jump on the Raw bandwagon. Maybe I would review Nitro on Mondays and then Raw on Tuesdays and stuff like that. But, oh, man, that would be the lit time for wrestling YouTube, man. Like, that would be like, this is what wrestling YouTube's all about. Like, oh, yeah, man, awesome shit, you know? Yeah, Alexa Bliss is not overrated because she's not bad in the ring. Like, Alexa Bliss is not good, but she's not an overrated talent, but she is overpushed. Like, it's like, why? Dream Jobber match, Jay White versus Finn Balor. Yo! Yeah, fuck Care Bear, dude. Piece of shit. Cartoon character. Get these hands! Why don't you get my fucking... Fuck him. I can't even insult him right now. What do you think will happen first? Tebow gets called up to the majors or Kawhi does an interview? Oh, Kawhi's doing an interview soon. Oh, yeah, no, 2011, that was a lit year for wrestling YouTube, man. Like you guys noticed when I was doing shit in 2011 and 2012, my shit was rising and stuff like that because people were hyped for it, man. Like I said, my biggest mistake ever was leaving YouTube when I did and taking that break. Like, because, like, really, to be honest, I was just depressed at that time. I just couldn't handle shit. Like, I was, like, a young fucking kid and stuff like that. Like, man, dude, I wish I could have told... Like, that's the one thing where I was like, man, I wish I went back in time and told Chase, don't quit this right now, man. You're on a good track. Because I was on a good track back then, man. Like, I'll get 700 to, like, what's it called, 1,300 views a video. And people are going to be like, oh, that's nothing. But my channel was small, man. Like, I was starting up, man. Like, I was, like... featured on No DQ every week. People are liking my content and shit like that. I still have people from the old days still watch my stuff, man. But man, yeah, no, 2011 was a lit year for YWC, man. Like it was lit, man. Like 2011 was a lit year, dude. I would say also too, I would say like 2015 was a pretty lit year too. I felt 2015 like people cared about wrestling a lot more back then too. Yeah, because I was like man, because like there was like so many good channels like OK Fabe and shit like that. Like, he's doing great himself, okay? Like, he's on fighting and everything like that. But, man, dude, I could just imagine if Connor was there in 2011. Oh, that dude would be one of the mega stars in the YWC. You know what I'm saying? I should be one of the mega stars, damn it. But I ain't. It's all right. It's cool. I ain't salty. No, I am salty. Shit like that. But it's okay. I have you guys. That's all that matters to me. That's all that matters. Yeah, sometimes my friends, they make fun of me. They're like, you still do that shit? I thought you quit. I was like, yeah, you know, it's hard to quit, man. You know what I'm saying? It's hard to quit. You know, I don't do stuff as consistent as I used to be, man. Like, trust me, man. I wish I could be more consistent. It's just with work and everything like that. And plus, I'm always sick. I have my diseases and shit. So, yeah. Yeah, dude, the gurus of greatness, man. Oh, yeah, man. Dude, back in the day, man. The YWC and just YouTube wrestling in general, it was so easy to do videos with one another, man. Like, cause like I remember too, it was a 2014 SummerSlam. 2014 SummerSlam. I remember that's when I met Connor and Steven for the first time, man. And I said, you know what, man? I want to do videos with these fuckers, man. They're too good. Like they barely have they barely have like people watching their channels and shit, but people need to watch these guys. These guys are good. I remember I went on there, dude, and like that stream was killer, man. It was like 3,000 views and shit like that. It was great, dude, and everyone had a good time. And I felt like that was old YWC, man. Like it was great, man. Like you just had people like always doing videos with one another and stuff like that. Like Shy Daddy still has to do a video with me because I bought his t-shirt. I bought a tank top, man. I paid $2 extra for a tank top on Pro Wrestling Tees and stuff like that. But yeah, you know. It was great, man. You used to do collabs with everyone. Like, oh, so much good times, man. So much good stuff. It was just great, dude. Oh, yeah. No, 2011 YouTube wrestling, man. Like, I know it sounds like a nostalgia, but that was fun, dude. That was fun when you could review Impact 2 and, oh, dude, there was, like, so much good content for you to review and stuff like that. You could literally make like I said, anyone could have started making a video. Like, because I started in, like, mid-2011, and I got to 1,000 subscribers, like, super quick. I got to 1,000 subscribers like what, October Yeah, I think October I got to 1,000 subscribers. I remember too. You hit the 1,000 subscriber club. Oh, you were like a main eventer. Like that's when you knew that you were like the shit and stuff like that. Man, my 2011 videos, they don't hold up. I mean, I guess they kind of do, but I'm like a lot different, man. Like I'm not as confident as I am now. Now I just don't care. I'm just like, okay, I just do. And what I mean is like I don't care. Like I care about production and stuff like that. But like now I just say whatever's on my mind. Back then I was like, oh man, and like I would always be nervous. I think I did some good impressions back then too, and I was a lot more skinnier and younger. I didn't have a beard either. I was like a little baby back then. I was baby Chase, man. Some of my 2011 stuff, man, like I can't go back and 2011, 2012. Like sometimes I like the one review I go back and watch all the time is the WWE Raw review, Growing Up Bella. The heck, that's like my favorite one. I go back and I watch that one all the time, and I'm like, damn. Yeah, I miss the days when I had like good editing on my computer and stuff like that. Chase Bolivar. I miss doing the Bray Wyatt segments, dude. The Bray Wyatt segments were kind of like, I remember I did that Chase Wyatt stream. That was like the funniest stream ever. I just sat here and I did my Bray Wyatt impression. I was so bored. I was like, man, let me just do Chase Wyatt for a minute, dude. Yeah, I remember you telling me that, Degenerate Shargon. Yeah, man, like the Gurus of Greatness, man. Like I just remember too. I remember too. My first video I made on the Gurus of Greatness channel was a Cody Rhodes video talking about how Cody Rhodes is the future of pro wrestling and shit like that. And hey, who's kind of right in that, in my opinion, right? Who kind of right? Because he's doing some good shit, but I talking about how he's great and everything like that. And it was a boring ass video, man. Like it was 21 minutes and it was just me talking about Cody Rhodes' whole career, like and stuff like that, like acting like I knew the motherfucker and stuff like that. And then all of a sudden, man, it cuts off, and like the video doesn't even finish, and I was like, oh no, man, the Gurus of Greatness are gonna hate me and stuff. I had all these thumbs up. People were like, Mitch, this is what we want. These are the wrestling videos we need. Oh, thank you, Riot Starter. I'm glad you like my videos, man. I'm glad you're a dude stuff that likes my videos, man. I always like seeing new people and stuff. That always gets me excited, man. When new people come, man, and stuff like that. Like like that's what always gets me exhilarated. Where I'm like, man, I'm gonna try harder on YouTube, and then all of a sudden some shit comes out, and I was just like, ah. Yeah, I know, man. Mitch was a good guy, dude. I'd say nothing but good things about Mitch, man. He was a funny dude, man. Like he would tell funny stories, but man, Mitch was a good guy, dude. He always looked out for other people, man. That's why I always will give Mitch credit, man. Like even when he was like doing goofy stuff on the Gurus of Greatness channel and stuff like that, he always looked out for people, man. You always made people feel included and stuff like that. Always try to make channels better and stuff. Like he never wanted a channel to not succeed, you know. He always liked channels. He would always shout people out, man. Like I remember at one point where people were telling me like and stuff like that. Yeah, man, but it's not the same. It's not the same Mitch charm, dude. Like I remember being hyped when Raw would be over. Oh, I miss the old days when Raw would end and I would just refresh YouTube and stuff like that with like OTR Central videos and shit, man. No, he used the N-word. He didn't call Kofi Kingston a piece of shit. Like, I take bigger shits than Kofi Kingston. I have to watch myself. Sometimes I use the N-word in the bad situations. Like, I'm not gonna lie. I've dropped it a couple times on accident. Like, and I don't mean it. It's just something that I was just like, man, dude. You're the only YWC YouTuber from those days who are still here in OTR Central. No, Spinnernet's still around. Spinnernet, Sean's View's still around, right? Sean's View's still around, right? Sean's View Entertainment, he's still making shit. That fool's still making stuff, right? I know that guy's still making stuff. Deluxe Man's still around. Deluxe Man started in 2011. Deluxe Man now used to be cool. Like, I don't know what happened to Deluxe Man, dude. That guy just went psycho or something like that. Like he just changed. Like he was like normal as hell when I used to talk to him. He was cool as hell. And then all of a sudden, he just went crazy. Like this bull just Like JD from NY and Joe Cronin. I don't know when those guys started. Like Fabe started in 2011. Fabe started in 2011. He took a lot of breaks still. Like I said, Connor would actually stay consistent back then. He'd be a star. Steven was part of 2011 too, man. Steven was part of 2011 as well, and stuff like that, man. Gold Standard 000 has been here forever. My boy Ross. Ross took too many breaks, though, honestly. I like Ross, but he took too many breaks. But now he's back on the grind, which is good, man. I'm glad Ross is back on the... Yeah, dude, Deluxe Man, he just went crazy, though. Like 2012, man, like, I remember, X-Men just went crazy, dude. He stopped talking to everyone, everything like that. Like, he wasn't like, like he wasn't like the same guy anymore, man. Like he was just kind of in his weird what's it called? You know what I'm saying? Mr. Lucid LJ. That's a blast from the past. I just haven't gold standard, man. Yeah, Sean's still here, man. Oh, General Jerry. I love General Jerry, man. He's a funny guy. I've been on a couple General Jerry streams and stuff like that. I miss the Smart Busters, man. Those guys were entertaining as hell, man. They were such anti-establishment and stuff like that. They did such a good job with their videos. Oh, they were hilarious, man. I miss the Smart Busters. I feel like some people came to me because of Ace to Wrestling. Ace still comes on my channel every once in a while. I talk to Ace all the time, man. Ace is my boy. Like he's my boy, dude. That's like like him and the MJ take, man. Those are like my two best friends, like when it comes and Ross too. Those are like my three best friends when it comes to like wrestling stuff. And then Kuda and Justin, like those are like my best friends. Like those are like my homies and stuff like that. We talk about everything, man, and stuff like that. But yeah, Ace is definitely like my #1 best friend when next to MJ when it comes to stuff like that, dude. Yeah, I never heard of Joe Cronin, honestly. Like Joe Cronin, I never heard about in 2012 or 2013. He blew up. JD from NY. When did JD from NY started, man? Yeah, I know the Smart Busters fan base was whatever, but the Smart Busters themselves made entertaining videos. Like, here's the thing. I don't care if I agree with your opinion in wrestling or not. At least be entertaining, man. Like that's the thing, man. Like I don't agree with JD from NY, but at least the fool is entertaining. At least he's entertaining as hell, man. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't agree with JD and NY's opinions. You should also watch Fonzie. You should also watch OK Fabe. OK Fabe's really good. If you like, he's on Joe Cronin's Out of Nowhere sometimes too, man. You should watch him. He's good, man. He's one of my favorites. He's my boy too. Yeah, I know. Like agreeing or arguing, both, I guess. I could agree with him. Yeah, that's Connor. Yeah, Connor. I call him OK Fabe. I just say OK Fabe because I don't like using his name so much. Yeah, he's good, man. He is a good channel. I keep up with most wrestling because of him, dude. The Great One. Mike's Wrestling Show. That's another dude I like talking to, man. Oh yeah, Spinnernet. Spinnernet's a homie, dude.
Do not insert your penis in Jenna Maratska's vagina.
Who says that shit, man? I remember watching that review. And I just died at it. He started off the review saying that, man. Oh, you know me. I give Orton a lot of credit. Yeah, man. No, JD's cool. Sometimes it's just like JD's like, my thing with JD is that he has such a voice that he just sounds like every other YWC guy. Like, you know what I'm saying? Your thoughts on Bill and Doug? Mine's the fact that they were getting paid. At least they admitted they were getting paid by TNA at the time. At least they admitted they were getting paid by TNA. I'll give Bill and Doug credit on that. I still talk to Doug every once in a while. Like, I'll message him about MMA stuff. They were cool guys. Like, I like their content. Like, I never had arguments with them or anything like that. Like, I never disliked them and stuff like that. Remember when Spinnernet lost his mind? Oh, yeah, dude. I really think What Culture, they're the ones that really fucking hurt, like, the wrestling community, man. Because they literally just made it where it's like they came in and then they just did all these top 10s. And it's like, here's the thing about top 10s, man. Top 10s are good. Like, it's good to do a top 10 and everything like that. But it was just, like, so hard for other YouTubers to do top 10s too. Because it's like, okay, why would you watch Chase Oliver's top 10 list where it's, like, kind of edited, but it's not on the level of What Culture edited? It made it, like, everyone else's top 10s couldn't even, like, live up to it, man. I remember when Wrestle Talk was bad. Remember when Wrestle Talk was trash? Like, remember what Wrestle Talk was trash? Like, Wrestle Talk used to be like, oh yeah, be a YouTube channel that comes on our channel. Now they're good. Like, what happened? Wrestle Talk used to be trash. Now they're good. Oh, British Fist, those are my boys right there. Dan and NJ, dude. It's a shame that Dan got lost interest in the project, and NJ, you know, he still kind of watches, I guess, here and there. I don't know. He's not on Twitter anymore. They had some good stuff, man. Oh, I missed the whole crew from Off the Rope show. Some of the stuff, man, dude, like, I miss the days, dude. Like, it'd be like a night like this. I filmed my review of Slammiversary or something like that. Probably gets like 300 views maximum at that night or something like that. Then I refresh and I will see like Schleg Daddy, and it will be his face, and it's like him with his finger pointed or something. It's like, oh, I can't wait to see what he thought about it. And most of the time, Schleg Daddy goes against the grain, or he just has different opinions because he grades stuff differently and stuff like that. And then it's just like, oh, his review would be so fun to watch. It'd be great. Colton, like, I feel bad for Adam Blampied. That guy was like one of the more entertaining dudes. And now that dude is like, ugh, all over the place, man. I highly doubt he reviews Slammiversary CPZ, man. Like, I highly doubt, dude. If he reviews this show, I'll be shocked. Oh, I was part of that. I gained subs because of that. Who's Cultaholic? That's like all the What Culture guys who left. That's them. Yeah, dude, Fool Killer was good too. I never got along with Fool Killer. Like, he didn't like me for whatever reason. Like, I follow him on Twitter. I talk to him. Never liked me for whatever reason. It is what it is. Can't control it. I rub people the wrong way, I guess. I don't blame them. People always think I'm an asshole anyways. They're like, what a dick. Yeah, it's What Culture. It's pretty much What Culture, dude. Like, their videos, they have a lot of bad videos, dude. Like, Cultaholic will have videos where a guy will literally stand here and he's not entertaining. He has no script in front of him. Like, here's the thing, man. I don't understand how you don't have a script. Like for me personally, it's not shown, but I have a script for like everything. Like, I don't read off of it. It's just notes saying like, hey, this is what I got to talk about. The jokes I make come on the top of my head. The only time I write everything in full is like if it's a segment that's so terrible, I just want to read it off the top. But like pretty much like I have a rundown of stuff I want to talk about. I have sidebar notes where it's like saying like why I want to kind of stress this issue a little bit and stuff. I write this shit down because I want it where you guys come to the channel. It's like, man, dude, like, yeah, it may look impressive, like thinking, oh, dude, this guy's thinking off the top of his head and stuff like that. So yeah. Chase, why don't you get any love? It seems like you have been around for so long making good contact. You watch TNA even though everyone is hating on it, lol. I miss the old TNA from 2004 to 2007. I think I don't get any love because I'm not as consistent as everyone else. I left at a bad time. Wrestling is just not popular in the YouTube spectrum, and YouTube only promotes the channels that are doing video gaming from wrestling. Also, too, I just feel like people, like certain people like my content, but not everyone does, and stuff like that. I think personally, it's just that I don't think I get that much love. It's just because I left at the wrong time, and people just think my channel is, well, TNA is no longer a thing. It's now called Impact Wrestling, but it was TNA known in the past. But yeah, I just think like my channel is just kind of like in that weird, like, you know, it's like, yeah, we know who Chase Oliver is, but there's so many other wrestling channels. And plus, you see my video times, and they're mostly long-ass live streams. And sometimes I do topic videos here or there. But it's just more of like I didn't follow with the YouTube trends. Like, I don't use really like the thumbnails all that well. Well, now I'm trying to use the thumbnails all that well and stuff like that. Elias's album came out. Oh, my God. I have to listen to that. Maybe I'll do an album review for Elias tonight. Oh, stuff like that. You know, I just keep what's on my mind. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like I generally enjoyed this Impact pay-per-view. I thought it was a good show. But I'm not going to sit here and lie to you that I thought that, like, the middle of the show was bad. Like, the middle of the show was blah. I'm not going to sit here and be all like, oh, yeah, dude, this whole show was great. Like, no, that was good. And stuff like that. A hits bowl? What is that? A hits bowl? What the fuck is a hits bowl? Is Elias's album on YouTube Music? Oh my God, this is gonna be hilarious. It's like Elias has an album. That's hilarious. That's so funny, man. Elias has a fucking album. I thought that was a joke. I didn't even know Elias's out. I thought that was oh my God. He actually has an album. That's hilarious, man. I don't know what's up with Wrestling Jesus, man. What's the shit show that masquerades itself as wrestling? Enzo featuring Elias, the real one. Why is he disappointed in Cain Velasquez? Cain Velasquez is the main event. You know what, guys? We've been on some trains on this channel, all right? We've been on the Apollo Crews train that failed. We've been on who other bandwagon guys that I try to get people to like, but no one else liked. You know what I'm saying? Like we tried on this channel with a lot of people, man. We tried. Bobby Trash. That's a good banner right there. Angelo Petrie. Let's see. Who have we got behind on the Chase Oliver channel, man? The GOAT Kalisto. Yeah, Kalisto is still the GOAT. Like, he beat up Care Bear. Like, can't hate on that, man. Diego Sanchez's piss will be like just water, man. Yes. Yeah, no, the GOAT Kalisto, Apollo Crews. Yeah, Apollo Crews and everything like that. Right now, we're on the Constable train. You're on the Chase Oliver channel. You love the Constable. But I feel like, man, we're on the Kane train. When Kane comes to WWE, we're gonna be Brown Pride all day. Cain Velasquez, baby, let's go. I'm on the Kane train, not Kane. It's got to be Kane, but the real Kane, the Brown Pride Kane, Cain Velasquez. Yeah, we are all constables, man. Yeah, no, I really try to get Kalisto over, man. I was like the GOAT Kalisto and everything like that. Rusev, oh yeah, we were still on Rusev train. We were on Rusev train before Rusev Day. Seth Rollins band? Did I start a Seth Rollins band? I don't think I started a Seth Rollins bandwagon. I know I've been the loyal Roman Reigns fan. Like everyone always gets mad at me. Wow, why you like Reigns? Like, what? You want me to hate my favorite wrestlers all of a sudden? Like, get the fuck on out of here. Like, that's stupid. Why would I hate wrestlers I like? Lashley, I was on the Lashley train. I was like, everyone should like Lashley. He's a great wrestler. We're still on that train, but no, we're on the Kane train, guys. Like, fuck him. The Bad Luck Fole says, fuck him. We're on the Kane train, dude. Cain Velasquez was the main eventer, dude. Ciampa should just give his belt to Kane right now, man. Just be all like, here, I'm not worthy. And Kane's like, yeah, you ain't worthy, man. I don't think Lesnar versus Velasquez will happen at WrestleMania. Brock's contract is done after, well, his dates are done after SummerSlam. They can always get him a new contract because Brock will do anything for money. How he's going to make millions for the UFC. He's still the... Him and Connor and Ronda are UFC's biggest stars, but he's still doing it, dude. I just hate Rollins. I know you do, Degenerate. Sorry, God. Like Degenerate. I know your pictures like Sasuke. And stuff like that. But sometimes, man, I always feel like it's Seth Rollins. And I'm like, it's always funny you have a Rollins picture, but I know it's Sasuke. I don't know why. It just looks like Rollins sometimes to me. Just like Philip M6, he has Tommy Wiseau from The Room. Like he has that as a picture, but I think it's Roman Reigns screaming and stuff like that. Well, Samoa Joe, or as my best friend likes to call him, Stinky Joe. He's most likely going to fight for the title at SummerSlam. So I can see Smark's butthurt seeing Cain Velasquez get the... Oh, he'll get more than Breakfast Club treatment. He's getting the Hispanic Club treatment. You all know how that works, man. Oh, I hate the Care Bear bandwagon. Like, Care Bear... The worst bandwagons in wrestling. Care Bear bandwagon's number 1. Finn Balor dickheads are number 2. Bullet Club nut huggers are number 3. Dude, like, I hate it when these bandwagon... Like, I just watched New Japan once and I saw the Bullet Club. It's not like... Like, look, I don't understand if you get a bandwagon off a Kenny Omega match. He wrestles good matches. I get that. Young Bucks, they wrestle more goofy style. I get that. But, man, dude, this Bullet Club, like...
Yeah, I've been here since day one. Fuck yeah. Bullet Club for life, dude. Yeah, fuck the GODs. They don't know what they're doing.
Like, so fake. Where's Chris Daniels? That shit would be unbreakable. Oh, yeah, where is Christopher Daniels? Oh, yeah, no, he's with SCU. SCU! SoCal Uncensored, man. He can't do that. He's going to fight Stephen Amell at All In. I'm starting to get the Chad Gable TV time back. Oh, that'd be... You know what? We need Jason Jordan back, bandwagon. I am the next generation of great... Dude, sometimes, man, I just think to myself, how much better would this moment have been if Jason Jordan came out? That is like, he's such a heat magnet, dude. Like, I think he will be one of the first wrestlers that once his music hits when he comes back, he is not going to get any cheers whatsoever, man. Like, I would have loved if Jason Jordan would have stayed healthy, man. I am the next generation of great, the next generation great, let's go! And he comes... Oh, Finn Balor, dude. Everyone's like, push the young talent. Oh, Finn Balor's older. You're on the gender band. I was never on the gender bandwagon. I did not get that. I was so pissed. He pinned Orton too and stuff like. Get the fuck on out of here.
Daniel Bryan should be main eventer.
Daniel Bryan's a megastar. Daniel Bryan back then was not a megastar. Now Daniel Bryan, this Breakfast Club Daniel Bryan. Oh, he's a fucking amazing human being. Not putting anyone over. Looking out for himself. Like man, he learned, like, Cena taught Daniel Bryan what to do during retirement. Like, Cena was telling Daniel Bryan, this is what you do in a situation when Vince says this. But John, what if Daniel, can you shut the fuck up for once and let me explain what I'm trying to tell you? Wow, John, like, I never seen you be this aggressive. I need you to help me make money. Nikki's taking all my cash, and I don't want Brie doing the same for you. And I know that if you make money, then I make money. Okay? We're both on this show called Total Cena. I think it's called Total Bellas, John. No. It's called Total Cena. Because let's be real. None of these fucks are watching for my girl. They're watching because of me. How was my Cena? I thought I did a good Cena there. Cena's always hard to do an impression of, man. He's so hard. We need Triple H back on TV. Oh, you and me both, man. Oh, you're all about the game. And how you play it is all about control. If you can take it, it's all about the game. If you can play it. Love Triple H. American Alpha is where it's at. Jinder ruined my life for like a year. Daniel Bryan's overrated, but he's had a hell of a story. Wonder if Cena helped Jericho come up with the lists. You feel Johnson and Nikki Bella still low-key date? I still think they're doing everything, man. Like I said, they're like, the Total Bellas got renewed for 2 more seasons. And they're like, this was Nikki. John, what are we going to do for 2 more seasons? Nikki, like I said, Nicole, like I said, we can do it. The wedding this season, and the next season, we can build up the kid. But John, what if we get renewed after season 3? Then what are we going to do after season 3? We got to make a show about us, John. Nicole, I understand, and I get that. John, I feel like we should break up this season. Nicole, I don't feel like breaking up is good. I feel like that would just be something that the fans wouldn't want to see. Even though John doesn't want me to break up with him, I'm going to break up with him anyway, so that way season 2 can be about me breaking up with John and trying to get back together and wondering if this is what I want. Then season 3 will be about the wedding and everything like that. And then season 4, when we get renewed, will be about my kid, because I'll be preggo from season 4 and season 5. Yay! So there you go. Yeah, that's Total Bellas in a nutshell. Oh, right, no, season 3 right now, so season 4 and 5. Yeah, so yeah, there you go. Most Gaijin NJB New Japan Pro Wrestling fan base is the Grotto ex-WWE fans. Yep. 100%. Yeah, I know. Yeah, because people didn't want to see them break up. We want to see the wedding. That's all we want. We just want to see these fuckers finally married, dude. You had that where Cena proposed and then all of a sudden they broke up. Like, they misplayed this, man. Like, Nikki misplayed it. I don't think John was in. I think John was getting ribbed. Like, I think Cena was getting ribbed during the whole thing. Like, I really think he wanted to keep it the wedding. But the wedding would have been a ratings buster. People wanted to see them get married. Like, that was the one thing people were like, man, we thought we would never see Nikki get married. Now he got a proposal and everything like that. Now you're breaking up with him and all this other bullshit. And then, like, oh, no. We want to see you guys get married. Because, like, the thing is, too, that they fucked up on is that they announced news that they broke up before the season happened. So people didn't care. People were like, oh, whatever, dude. They broke up. Who gives a fuck? But, man, dude, when they were, like, gonna get married, oh, that shit would have been boom, man. But, John, I want my wedding, John. I want to have twins. John. Speaking of John, I gotta go to sleep. I gotta take my Mucinex because I'm sick. I know it doesn't sound like it, but I've been stuffing my nose a little bit. Man, my nose is sick. I've been sick, dog. But anyways, hey, guys. Thank you guys so much, dude, for 2 awesome streams today. You guys were here for the first stream. Y'all were fucking awesome, man. It was lit. The most viewers that we got were 70 people. My most lit stream was that Connor and 8DS stream where I had like 700 people at one point. But man, that was lit when you guys, 70 people came. A lot of cool times in discussion. Thank you guys so much, man. Slammiversary 2018, once again, was a good show. Enjoyed watching it. It's fun times, man. But yeah, definitely watch Slammiversary if you guys haven't. Give it a chance. If you guys did not like it, I'll be interested. If you guys did not like the show, let me know, man, in the comment section down below. But yeah, thank you guys very much. Follow me on Twitter at chaseauber68.com. Check out my affiliate wrestlingwithwrestling.com. If you guys have time, listen to the full 4 hours of the Impact Wrestling Slammiversary live reactions. Hopefully the new subscribers, they like what they see. I'll try to do more Impact stuff. I'll guarantee you I'll try my best to do more Impact reviews moving forward. I don't know if they'll always be live, but I will try to record Impact reviews moving forward onto this channel, because it seems like you guys are having fun with Impact just as much as you do with the WWE, which is awesome. But thank you guys very much. Remember, guys, just like the #1 contender to the UFC Heavyweight Champion, our Universal Champion, the longest reigning champion in WWE current modern history, Brock Lesnar, sometimes you don't have to give a shit in life.
And yo,
I'm gonna go play some Detective Pikachu, man. That shit is